If your past drawing experience mostly includes sketching and doodling, but you're ready to try more, then this video is for you. But before we begin, please consider tapping the like button on the back and subscribing to my channel for more art tips, advice, and process videos. I'm MagCards, and I'm a professional artist who has worked for Topps, Star Wars, Upper Deck, Marvel, and many more. I originally started this channel as a way to share my art, but I'm also using it to help other artists like you who may just be starting out on their art journey. Today I want to introduce you to 3 quick and easy drawing tips for beginner artists. Tip number 1, you know the song, all you need is love and a pencil? Alright, I may have fudged that last part just a little bit, but it's true. Start with your most basic tool, the pencil. I know it sounds crazy, but just forget about color. Before you learn to run, you have to learn to walk. Start with just black and white. Focus on the foundations, capturing shapes, shading, perspective. Don't complicate things by dragging in color theory and schemes. Buy yourself a cheap set of drawing pencils. I've been using the same ones myself since high school, and I've even included a link down below to the exact pencils I use. On every yellow pencil, you've probably seen the letters HB. Those letters indicate the lead grade, and HB, or hard black, is basically your middle of the ground grade. If you didn't know, pencils can range all the way from 9H, the lightest shade, to 9B, the darkest shade. But I'd argue that a basic set just ranging from 4H all the way to 6B is plenty enough. A pencil set really doesn't need to cost you much more than a few bucks. But it is nice to have the varying grades because it does help with shading. Just remember, the harder the lead, the lighter the shade. The softer the lead, the darker the shade. Moving on to tip number 2. Don't think, just see. Quick question. What 2D shape are the human eyes? Most of you are probably thinking the word almond or oval, right? Let's try another one. What about the sun? A house? A stop sign? From a young age, we're all taught and instilled with the basic shapes of everyday objects. But I'm here to tell you to forget it. All of it. One of the biggest mistakes I often see beginner artists make is drawing what they know and not what they actually see. When you ask them to draw a face, they draw an oval for the head, a triangle for the nose, almonds for the eyes, all those shapes that you've been taught. Throw away this thinking though, because it is holding you back. When you draw a face, first off, draw a real face. It doesn't matter if it's yours or someone else's, but you should have a reference. And instead of outlining all those basic shapes you think you know, draw what you actually see. For example, the eye, it's not a perfect almond. Believe it or not, you should probably be looking at your reference image about 75% of the time. I know, it sounds crazy, but really fight that instinctual urge to draw what you know and not what you actually see. This is literally one of the hardest lessons for beginner artists, but by following this one tip, you'll be able to draw anything. Our final and third tip is to finish what you started. If you're a subscriber to my channel, you've likely already seen many of my time-lapse art videos, where you can see me drawing from start to finish. But what if I told you, even as a professional artist, I too feel the urge to quit almost every single time. Every drawing has its ups and downs. You are going to hit point screw it, where all you want to do is crumple up that drawing and practice your free throw shot into the trash can. But you've got to fight that urge. If every time you get to a difficult impasse and you quit drawing, you're not actually learning anything. Mistakes are okay. No one is perfect. I make mistakes drawing all of the time, and sometimes I feel like I spend more of the time drawing just trying to fix that mistake. But this is how we learn. You mess up and you push through and see it to the end anyway. Even if you can't fix or undo the mistake, it's really important to finish what you started. Otherwise, you'll end up with all these drawings that feel incomplete or half-finished. There's no better feeling than that sense of accomplishment when you finally finish something, when you check mark off that box. Even if your drawing is completely riddled with mistakes, is messy and sloppy, you still did it. Let yourself feel that sense of accomplishment because you deserve a pat on the back for pushing through anyway. As promised, these are 3 quick and easy drawing tips for beginner artists. But just remember, my advice is exactly just that, my advice. Feel free to disagree, ask questions, or comment down below. I try to respond to almost every single comment. Again, to everyone watching, just know I really appreciate your support. You guys keep the channel going. Keep on arting.